What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the show. My name is Jay Gagan, and thank you guys for joining us here on July 26th. It's 5:30 p.m., and we're ready to get started with the show. We have a very special guest, one of the most influential people in the crypto space. A lot of you guys have seen him tweet. Now you're going to hear him join us on the Jay Gagan Show. I'm very excited about it. I've been following him for a couple years on Twitter. He's the founder and CEO of G Media, Goxchin Media, and he is here in the waiting room. So as always, guys, when you come into the stream, make sure to smash that like button, leave some comments below, and let's welcome in one of the most influential people in the crypto space, the founder of Goxchin Media, David Gokhshtein. David, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. The glasses, the hat, but we'll go through it. We'll go through it.
Yeah, we'll see it. I put my glasses on, and backstage, David was like, "Yeah, I got to put my my glasses on." So he's rocking the glasses. Those look like some aviators, like some Reno 911 cop glasses.
I'm trying to find the camera. Hold on, Jake. These aviators, $743.44 with the coupon. The hat, $94.66. Coupon, referral code as well. T-shirt, free.
G
What do
Media.
you like about that?
Tell me you interviewed Richard Hart without telling me you interviewed Richard Hart recently.
There you go.
And he just had Richard Hart on his stream. I think he came on your stream and you actually went on his stream, who's the founder of Hex. And if you don't know Richard Hart, we'll probably pull him up a little bit later. He likes to flex all of his Gucci tracksuits and glasses and watches. I'm a big fan of Richard Hart. What was it like to interview him and chat with him? What was your takeaway after talking with him for a couple hours last week?
I think that he is an extremely bright gentleman, which gets I think he gets a bad rap. Look, some of the things that he said, I don't agree with them, but you're allowed to agree to disagree. I mean, it's, in a mature setting, you're allowed to agree to disagree. You don't have to fight with each other. But I think for the most part, he's an intelligent guy. I mean, do I like the Gucci suits that cost, $90,000? I don't know, not my taste. But you know what? I like his cars, the Lamborghini and Ferraris. I mean, I'm with it. But listen, he has a good community there. Listen, yeah, they have that Hex community is crazy. They're freaking crazy. I'm trying not to curse, by the way. I don't want to demonetize my boy Jake over here, but hey, the Hex community, y'all wild, especially in my DMs. Stop sending me nudes. That's all I'm asking for. Just, you want to talk, let's talk, but enough of the nudes.
Well, is it guy nudes or girl nudes or both?
Both. And it's okay, ladies.
Yeah.
Men, I get it. But please, not enough storage space.
We don't discriminate here, guys or girls, but guys, yeah, please stop sending the nudes. I think there's other ways to get David's attention. But back to the
Jake, I'm sorry. The CMO of Goxchin Media just told me to take off the shades. I have to take off sorry, guys, girls, Jake. Sorry, just text came through.
And now we just had 50 ladies just drop off. They were like, the glasses, that's why we were here. It looks so good. And real quick, I think that you might be looking at two of the best looking Jewish crypto influencers in the space. We're both Jewish.
I'm telling you, somebody said that you are the West Coast Dave. But I mean, take that as if somebody called me the East Coast Jack, I'd be like, okay, I take it.
Yeah, I take that as a compliment, man. I've been following you for a couple of years. You've been doing a lot of great things. This is our first time actually connected. We've obviously had different Twitter comments and messages back and forth. So I'm actually curious. We're gonna talk about a lot here for the people that are listening. We're gonna learn a little bit about David, his past, how he got into crypto, because I'm sure there's a lot of experience there in terms of many cycles. Right, we're obviously in the midst of a bear cycle. Big meetings coming out this week regarding if the United States is going to be in recessions or not, and some implications on where the future is going. So a lot of things to cover here. And obviously meme coins. We're going to talk about meme coins, both a sector of the market that you and I both cover a lot on our Twitters and on our channels. So let's start there, man. I'm just curious. When did everybody has that Bitcoin story. What is David Gokhshtein's Bitcoin story? When did you first hear about cryptocurrency? And obviously, when did you first kind of get started in crypto?
I would say I heard about it in, I want to say 10, 11, but I thought my friend that I cool friend, still have him till this day. I think he's crazy. I think he's honestly a psychopath, and he plays Warcrafts and stuff like that. So like when he came to me and like he started like talking about this, like I was like, bro, get away from me. Like this is ridiculous. Like, all right, keep your story to yourself. Like, no, man, dude, you got to get into this. This is your type of thing. Like, you're that guy. You're that guy. I'm like, I am not that guy, bro. Please stop harassing me, man. And it's like a few months later, I checked it out, but it wasn't. I didn't throw myself into it, and then like he just started, harassing, and I was like, all right, cool. Let's look into it. Let's because he's a geek. I'm a geek. I'm proud to say it. I don't know why people are embarrassed to say they were, that they joined the debate team or they were on the chess team. Shout outs to the chess team.
Gokhshtein.
But like, listen, I looked into it and it made sense. But then, like, when I came into the space, shout outs to all the real OGs. They really, they provided education, and I'm gonna keep on harping on that word, education. They really provided that education that was necessary, because I didn't understand how to read some of these things. Like, I really wasn't. I was looking at this thing, like I was like, what the fuck am I reading here? And I had people that were really cool in this space that, took me to the side and helped me out, and or pointed me in the right direction. It was a really cool. I'm gonna tell you right now, it was a kumbaya space back in the day. It was punkish. People were getting along. It was like, we're a part of the same movement. Let's go ahead and like create this revolutionary movement. And it was really, 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 really dope. And now it's a little bit different, but it is what it is.
I think that just is what happens when something becomes so mainstream and so many people pour in. Like, it started out as education. What would you say it is now? Like, how would you classify it? Back then was education. What is it about now? Is it about making money? Is it about, like, what would you kind of classify the movement of crypto today?
I think it's I think it's I think it's both, but because you have people. I'll say like myself. I'll state for myself as an individual. For me personally, like, it's it's not about the money anymore. Though you have the money, it's not about the money, because like you want to now put a get adoption out there, like push for
Yeah.
adoption, get people into this space and educate them correctly, and not like have them go off into these random. I don't. Can you put on the bleep? These random and then murder themselves
Yeah.
because they went ahead and put their 401k into it,
Yeah.
and sold their house off. Like, you don't want that to happen. So people like yourself, like others that are educating correctly, your flowers. Thank you, because that's
Yep.
what we need. We need that.
Exactly. And feel free to curse on here. You can curse. We won't get demonetized, but anytime you want me to drop we'll drop the bleep for you. But yeah, feel free to curse. But I think that's the main thing. It's like, especially nowadays, right? Somehow I found myself making content in the community token meme coin space, right? And I'm sure you found yourself posting a lot about those tokens. Obviously, you post a lot about Bitcoin and Ethereum, the main dogs, and I try to as well. But there's just so much attention in that space, because this is truly the space where you can turn, and you hear the stories, like people with Shiba Inu, people with 𝗖𝗢𝗧, people with Dogecoin, turning $1,000 into 500,000, right? So that's obviously what catches people's attentions. And on the flip side, and you hear Richard Hart talk about it a lot, and I agree with him, if Bitcoin 5x's in the next 3 or 4 years, like, that's going to be incredible, right? It goes to 100,000. Obviously, Bitcoin, in my opinion, and probably your opinion, and a lot of people watching, is probably the safer bet than a lot of these meme coins. But that's just the human nature. We're drawn to that quick money. That's why the lottery generates so much revenue. That's why the stock market and like the meme coin space, I've seen it, right? You can do that. But the tokens that do that are probably 1 out of every 1,000. And in those tokens, probably 99% of people end up losing money.
100%. Look, Bitcoin, you could throw in Ethereum, probably your safest bets. Not financial advice. It doesn't really fucking matter. You guys are fucking go into it regardless. But at the end of the day, like, those are the safest bets for me personally. Like Bitcoin, especially, those are the safe bets for me. Now, if you have liquidity laying out there on the sidelines, like, okay, like, you can get into some of these meme tokens. I don't have beef with anything in the space. Like, I'm a little bit different, and that's why I'm hated on, and I'm okay with being hated on, and I'm okay with the hate, because like, this space is all about innovation. Half of these projects that go to shit, it's not because they wanted to rug pull somebody, or they had bad intentions. Maybe you could say 2 to 5% of those type of bad apples came into the space to do such, but most of these people just don't know how to run a business. So like they believe like marketing is like paying an influencer money to go ahead and just say buy my product,
Yeah.
instead of like getting a firm to go ahead and brand their product. Like there's confusion. And again, but it all comes down to people not knowing how to run a business, and they're running it for the first time. So give them some space. But memes, what do? They attract more people to the space. People like memes. People don't like people screaming at them like Bitcoin maxis do when they start yelling. Like nobody likes being yelled at. My parents didn't yell at me. Jake, your parents didn't yell at you.
No.
I mean, they come in, people are smacking you around. Like, what happened?
Yep.
And now you have this community, like they got the Rick James glow going on. They're like, come here.
Yeah. I think it muted. There we go.
Don't mute me. All right. Don't stop me from talking. You can't do that. Okay. I got another microphone on. Listen. So you have people that come into a kumbaya community where people are like, yo, dope, like this is what it does, and da 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 da. As long as the meme token or platform has a utility to it, God bless. Like there's nothing wrong with being a meme. I don't know why people get so offended. Nothing wrong with it. Geico's a meme. The Gecko is a meme. Flow from Progressive is a meme. Wendy's is a meme. Like it's okay. It's perfectly fine, guys.
Yep.
Don't be embarrassed. I personally, you know, if you want to get into it, I got destroyed with meme tokens. Listen, I knew I went in with money that I can afford to lose, and it's okay. Hey, it's okay. I didn't take an L. I didn't take the L that you think I took. I didn't take the loss. I took a lesson, and I'll be better for it.
Absolutely, yeah. And a lot of people do. Like I say meme, when I talk about meme coins, I say it respectfully. Like it's good to be a meme coin. It's good to be a community-driven coin. But I want to go back to that point that you were talking about developers. Look, I don't think that all of these developers, like not everyone needs to be a developer in crypto. Like there's a lot of people that are starting tokens out of their grandmother's basement that are 22 years old, and they're starting a token and running it up to a $50-100 million market cap with no experience, no real world experience. So that's my one hope. Like I welcome in regulation in some forms. And I think that, and I want to know your thoughts on this. I hope that there is more regulation when it comes to just anybody being able to start ERC20 token or a BEP20 token from their grandmother's basement, right? You can go start a company today, right? We can all start an LLC in America, but we can't take it public that day. So I think that people should be able to maybe build, but it's like, I don't think that everybody should be able to start a token. Not everybody has the knowledge, the power, and the wherewithal to stick through the hard times. I'll take that question to you. What are your thoughts on that? Do you agree? Do you think that there needs to be some regulation on maybe the easeability of starting a tokens and have some requirements?
I mean, how do you contain, or how do you stop people from creating contracts in a free market? So which one do we like? What does it come down to? Do we want a free market, or do we want a regulated market? Because we have to pick and choose now, because there's way too many people that scream for free market when everything goes up. And then as soon as we go down, we scream for regulation. But you know what? You know who regulation helps? The 1% that we're trying to get away from. Now, I'm not condoning rug pulls. I hate them. I despise them. But you can't go ahead and put handcuffs on who gets to create whatever it is in the space. So it's kind of like it's a catch-22. Okay, we're gonna stop. We're gonna go through and vet people who can go ahead and create a contract. You can. It's like, again, we're in a space where you're allowed to have this happen. Now, am I against regulation? No, I'm not against regulation. All I'm saying is, guys, understand what regulation brings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's understand. First of all, we need to get the rules in place before we bring in regulation. Like, we don't have the rules. And if we do have the rules, there's no clarity. So, like, it's all confusing here in the United States of America. Look at Coinbase. They just got smacked in the head by the SEC, who literally like a year or two ago was applauding them and commending them on a great job that they've been doing by vetting these tokens. We don't understand shit. Like, we're confused. I'm confused.
And I feel you on that. And it's like, that's the question, right? And I'll be honest with you and everybody that's watching this today. When I look at the United States government and how they're handling a lot of things today, I say, no, we don't want regulation. Maybe we can have leaders like yourself, leaders like CZ Binance, leaders in the crypto space that can help start initiatives to clean it up from the inside out without having that governing body. Because I'll tell you one thing, when the government does get involved, they're not going to stop, right? They might get involved small, and then it gets a little bit bigger and bigger until they have full control, and there is no more decentralization at all.
You know what? We should have leaders, but you know, our leaders, you just said CZ, the centralized exchanges, they need to do a better job of not just putting on any random token that has volume, but okay, they have volume. I understand how it works. We're not stupid. We understand that the exchanges make money off of volume. Okay,
Yep.
great. God bless you. I'm not counting your money. But if you're going to be about crypto and about innovation and taking adoption to the next level and taking the space to the next level, then how about you let in projects that have real utility? And you know, I have one project on my mind that has real utility and has been able to build out 7 to 8 pieces of real utility that is still not being listed on top 10 exchanges because of volume. And that is complete bullshit.
And let's talk about that token right now, because I think that's the token that brought us together. I'm guessing we're talking about 𝗪𝗧𝗪, correct?
Absolutely.
So 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪 is a token that I've worked with in the past. Look, I've met all the developers. They are great for the DeFi space. Like you said, they've built out seven dApps. They're trying to make crypto cleaner. They're helping tokens in terms of migrating to different contracts. They help 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗓 have the smoothest migration I've ever seen. You can start a contract, you can lock your contract. Like, they're doing so much. So is it strictly down to volume? Even though they're building, even though they're doing great things, even though they get a 10 star out of 10 from everybody, it's strictly based off volume, and that's why they're not getting listed on exchanges?
I mean, come on, what other reason? Like, look, you just asked me a question. How do we get rid of all these scammers, right? All these people that are coming intentionally into the space to rug pull people. You have applications with 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪 to stop it.
Yep.
Like, you literally have these applications and they work. These are not applications that are copy and pasted. These are literally applications that were done from scratch. Like, you have serious developers on there. Like, how can we not look into this project? 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, I'm looking at the first one right now. When everybody was running around because of the whole thing about, oh shoot, you might go ahead and get your Bored Ape stolen. You might go ahead and get your CryptoPunk stolen. People are looking and running around trying to find which program they can get their hands onto to go ahead and unlock their links and stuff, or revoke their links, excuse me. There was only one place out there.
Yep.
And if you look at the website, it was trash. Look what they did. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. They came out with something that is much needed in this community. Why? You looked at 7 things just now. Why are they not listed on an exchange? Look, and let me be transparent. I was a business consultant and an operational lead here. I was. And I left on good terms. God bless 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. I love 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. I had to focus on Goxchin Media. I did have to focus there. But they are creating. They got a staff. They got a real team. They're all open face, man. They're not hiding. They're building real tech. Why are they not listed, Jake? Tell me, give me a reason to why they are not listed on an exchange. Top 10. I'm not talking about the other trash. I'm talking about top 10 exchanges.
To be honest, I can't give you a reason, because I've followed this project. I've done my research on this project. I've talked about this project. I've met the team. When I first sat down with Jen and she ran me through a demo of what the project does, I'm like, Jen, that takes me back to my software sales days. Like, you just ran me through a professional demo. When a lot of the other tokens that we talk with are kind of that conversation that I had at the kid in the grandma's basement, right? So they're running it as a business. My only thing will probably have to be it's the volume. Maybe they're picky. Maybe it's the price. I know a lot of these exchanges, which I think is another issue, they were charging, I heard some rumors that these top 10 exchanges were charging $300,000 to $500,000 to get listed on their platform. That's another issue that we have to talk about. Like, the fact that they're charging these tokens that much to get listed, that is a huge bottleneck. These tokens can't afford to pay their employees to continue to build, right? To build, that's the most important thing, and then pay that massive amount to get on these top exchanges. So I think that's an issue in itself.
I don't understand why are we charging protocols this amount of money for a listing on their exchange? Like, it is completely bullshit. Like, you want so you want these businesses, aka protocols, to succeed, but you're literally going to take $500,000 to $1 million from them, to where they could have taken that money and put it into
hiring more people, marketing correctly. I'm not talking about chilling. I'm talking about marketing their projects correctly and building a brand. You've just taken away that money, so now you leave them tapped out with a marketing budget, and they're doing it dolo. And most of them are going to fail. Look, most small businesses in the centralized world, they fail. 70 to 80% of small businesses go upside down. What do you think is happening here with people that are coming into the space to be entrepreneurs for the very first time? They're going to go belly up. Get rid of these listing fees. List real projects. That's what you need to do. And you will make money, exchanges. You will make money because people are going to honestly trade it. They're going to trade it. They're going to be hodlers and they're going to be traders. You need both. And people are going to do that. So stop with this listing fee. At least maybe just charge maybe these, protocols. Maybe charge them $100,000 for a marketing fee, where you and them come together and make sure that they market their project correctly. How about that? How about you teach them how to market correctly?
Exactly. It's like you could still make money, but it was outrageous. Like there was 500,000 to get listed on exchange. It's like you can't possibly afford that and continue to build. So I like that. Real projects, list them. Sure, still get that money, right? You need to generate revenue. That's a good revenue generator. But make it a tandem. Like have them on for an AMA, post them on your Twitter page. Like there's other ways to do it. And hopefully we see it change in the next cycle. Now, you've been through what, 2, 3, 4 bear cycles in your career in investing. So we're obviously in the midst of one today. Let's take a quick look here at the prices. And I'm also going to ask your thoughts on what is going on. So Bitcoin currently trading at 21,000. We saw the global crypto market cap fall below $1 trillion yesterday after it kind of shot up a little bit. A lot of people were calling it a fake out. Ethereum below 1,500. What are your thoughts, man? You rode the whole cycle from 2017 or 2020 when it shot up. Bitcoin went from $3,000 all the way to $69,000 and sitting at $21,000 today. Just walk us through, man. As an investor that's been through quite a bit of these cycles, how are you feeling today? What are your thoughts on the market? I mean, still bullish long term? Talk to us.
Yeah, like when people call me a bull tart, and I laugh, like literally, like they're like, "Yo, you're a bull tart." Like you're always bullish. I'm like, yeah, because like it can hit $1 and I'll still be bullish. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't. First of all, let's run it back. Let's run it back to those that like just joined 2 years ago. Like Bitcoin, by all accounts, was never supposed to hit this price. Okay, like it was never even supposed to hit $69,000. Real OGs will go ahead and tell you that this price was never supposed to be touched. But honestly, everything's worked out. Everything's worked out in Bitcoin's favor, and it's great. What do I think about this? Look, I don't think we're going to be in a bear market for the next 2 years like we were back in 2017-18. I think we're going to come out of this. I think by the end of the year, not financial advice, but I agree with 𝗏𝗏, and me and him never agree. And I think that, we'll end up somewhere in the $50,000, $60,000 range. So like, I'm still, bullish on that. Still super bullish with the market right now. Like, why don't we ever talk about that's funny. Why don't we ever talk about bear traps? Like, we're always talking about the bull trap, but what about the bear trap? If you look at the chart, the bears are exhausted already. They are completely freaking exhausted. So, like, at the end of the day, like, this is just, when I look at the chart, like, any day now, we'll probably move to 28,000, and you could replay this for all the legion of fans that you have here that I see on the sidelines here. Holy shit, man. God bless you, Jake.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in here. Shout out to everybody that's in the stream tonight, guys. And as Pepsi Aaron said, show some love. Hit that like button, subscribe. It's free. It is free. We're here with David Gokhshtein, live on the Jake Gagan Show. We're having a good time. We're going to be doing this much more often. But I'm curious. I'll tell you my strategy right now. And then if you're open to sharing yours, just so people can hear it, talk about our strategies during this bear market. So when the market started to take this downward spiral, I was prepping till a bear market towards for the end of the year, right? So what I've been doing in that time is I've been dollar cost averaging every single day, pretty much, into my top coins, right? So we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, which are my top 3, right? Every single day, a small amount that I can afford. And then my other coins that I have, Cardano, Polkadot, and then I have, about 10% in my meme coins that I have, like Shiba Inu, Volt Inu, right? And some other meme coins that I'm investing in. So that's my strategy. I've been putting in a small amount, right? Whatever I can afford, whether it's $5, $10, $50 each day, and just dollar cost averaging in, not trying to time the market, right? Keeping up with the news. Like when we had that little fake out that we had last week, I wasn't investing, I was waiting, and it dropped back again further. So that's my personal strategy. I've been prepping for a bear market towards the end of the year. If it goes up sooner, I'll be happy. I've invested enough, but I'm not kind of throwing all my eggs in at once in case it does go down sooner. From a savvy vet that's been doing it for a while, is that a sound investment strategy? Obviously, you don't have to give me financial advice. It's not financial advice, but would you make any changes? Like, what's kind of your strategy during these bear markets that you've seen, turn out to be successful?
I'm not affected. Like, I think my strategy is I'm a DCA no matter what the price point is. So if it goes down to $1, I'm buying. If it goes to 20,000, buying. What happens with DCA? It calculates out. It all averages out, and you'll be fine. Like, I think if you're a day trader, I guess, like, I don't know if you trade, maybe this is important to you, like these price points, these charts, all this crap. Like, it's not really important to me. I look at it more so like I'll research it. Like, I'll go ahead and look into it. I want to feel the pulse of the crowd kind of thing. But I don't care. Like, you hit me with 20, I'm going to get in at 20. If I have money for 19, I'm going in at 19. If it goes down to 15,000, I'm going in at 15,000. But I know my limits. So, like, please, for anybody watching, don't do what I do, because that's insanity for some.
Yeah.
You need to pay for food. You need to pay your rent. You need to do a lot of things. If you have that available liquidity on the sidelines, then you can go ahead and play around. And by the way, like, if I think like there's some meme coins that are out there that I like, I'm gonna get into them as well. I still will. Like, I'm telling myself I shouldn't, but I'm still gonna go into it. Oh, and no shout out to kshu, okay? Kshu, my bag of kshu is worth $3.24. I don't ask me about kshu, okay? I'm sorry. Shiba, yeah, I'm in it. I'm in Shiba. I'm in I don't know. I'm probably in anything that you just freaking said, and I probably don't know, but I'm in it. So
yeah, there's a lot here. And shout out to our super chat donation, Sacred Space, great member of the Jay Gagnon Show. She's been in here all the time, being a great member. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. And then Pablo Crow said Volt Army supports Jake and David. Shout out to Pablo Crow. He's a Volt Inu ambassador. That was one token that I mentioned. Have you heard a lot about Volt Inu? Have you heard anything about Volt Inu?
My timeline, bro. Like, can you give me a breather, man? Can I look into you? Can I see what's going on? Like, you guys are down my throat, bro. Like, literally. Yo, chill. Like, I got you. I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm gonna look into it. I promise. I'll look into it. Like, if you guys have, look, at the end of the day, if you have real utility, I'm going to look into you. Like, period. If you have no utility, I'm out. Like, and if you're really solving a problem, I probably will be in. You're not gonna sell me on charity though. Like, I'm big on charity, but I don't need the whole charity aspect. I just want to see real utility developed. Real use case. Like, you know what? The utility that you should strive for is one that will allow Microsoft or any of these Silicon Valley companies to contact you to say, hey, guys, hey, let's say Volt. Hey, Volt, we see that you have a utility that we can actually use. So let's go ahead and contact each other, set up a meeting so we can go ahead and implement your shit onto our platform.
Yeah, real world use case. And it's been impressive to see what they've done. They've been around for 7 months, like you've probably seen on your own Twitter page. Like, the community is insane. That's how I got started talking about them. But you have to give these, and I'm sure you'll agree, you have to give these developers time to build. So this month, we're actually seeing their first utility come out. And I think you'll like it, because we were talking about free listings. They have a decentralized exchange dropping where it's free. It's completely free to list. It's multi-chain, right? So you can have multiple chains on there, and then it actually burns tokens. So if Shiba Inu gets listed on VoltiChange and people buy it on VoltiChange, it's going to burn Shiba Inu tokens, which is exciting. But I think you also have to give developers time to build those massive utilities, right? Those mainstream utilities, like we're talking about, like Microsoft coming in, right? So it's an exciting project. If the Volt Army's in here, give David a breather. Don't keep spamming him. He sees you. He'll do his research.
I see you, man. I see you. Somebody just said you're gonna Volt right in, and like, the catchphrases are really funny though. I'm like reading.
It's the most memeable.
Yo, hold on. Why are you guys so cheap, man? Like, Jake is out here at it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my side, man. But he's out here talking and interviewing. He got me on, man. And we were supposed to get together around like 7-8 months ago. He got me on. Like, what? You guys are like being cheap now? What's going on, man?
What do you mean? Why are they cheap?
No, bring on the tips, man. Let's go.
Let's go. Run it up. Volt Army. Run it up for David. Anybody in the chat? Show your tokens.
No, I want you to tip this man. Tip this man, all right? Tip him.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Look at that. First tip right here. My mom, my Jewish mother, Sue Gagan, sends in a $20 donation after you say that. Shout out to Sue, watching in Florida.
Sue.
She's
out in Florida?
Yeah, she's out in Florida. That's where I'm from.
Come on. You just said Jewish and like too.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, Mom, the gentleman I'm interviewing tonight is Jewish. She's like, I'm cavelling. I can't even say it. Goxchin Media. Look, she said, hi, David. There she is. She's my number one supporter. Crypto Empress in the house as well. Everybody is in the chat today. Now, I'm actually curious to learn more about Goxchin Media. Obviously, you're repping the shirt today. It's your company. You're the founder. I mean, I see you guys post a lot. You guys post a lot of good news. You have a lot of good interviews. Now you're having the live streams and everything come up. And now we're having donations come in. So shout out. Let me pull this up before we get into $2. And Brandon Dill. Thank you so much to Brandon Dill. But let's get our way into Goxchin Media. What is it that people want to know? What exactly is Goxchin Media? How did you start it? When did you start it? And what should we expect from Goxchin Media?
I see people that were, kind enough to, lay out the foundation for Bitcoin for me in layman's terms. But, for new people that, don't have somebody out there to go ahead and lean on, like when I came into the space, I saw that missing. And I was like, you know what? I want to go and create a media platform that is unbiased, that calls it right down the middle, and lets you go ahead and decide for yourself. No narratives, no nothing. Here you go. Here's news, and you guys decide. Real news. We got a fantastic staff, real educated staff who've our writers have wrote for Entrepreneur, Forbes. I mean, like I'll go right down the list. We have phenomenal content creators. We're stepping up our game though, because we know that it's super necessary for people to get educational material that is dumbed down, and that doesn't mean that you're dumb. Okay, like let's. Whenever I say dumbed down, what I mean is we want to make it to where you understand everything at ground level. After that, if you decide to go ahead and learn C++ and all that good stuff, Solidity, God bless you. We will have other resources available for you to go ahead and take the next steps. But honestly, like I want to get as much and as many people into this space as possible for the right reasons, to give them the same opportunity that I was afforded to come in here and just have an opportunity to succeed. That's really it. And understand that like you are not woke. And once you come in here, you'll realize that we were stuck in a goddamn machine for, or at least me, for the last, 30 years before I finally opened up my eyes and said, holy. Like, oh my God, this is the Matrix. Like the 1% has taught us enough to work for them, but they never gave us an opportunity to actually win. So I'd like to go ahead and get everybody into not into the game, but like I want to get everybody into the space so they can have a chance, whether they build something or work for somebody or volunteer. I just want them to get in, and whatever happens from there happens.
I like that, making it easier for people to get in, because it's like, look, we're in the space. We can talk crypto all day. We can talk blockchains, technology, layer 1, layer 2, right? But majority of people don't even know how to open up a Coinbase account. Like my family, I make crypto content for the past 2 years. I've been investing for 5, right? Some of my family are like, Jay, can you help me set up a Coinbase account? And no shame to my brother, Scott, if he's watching it, I'll help you gladly. But it's like, that's where the majority of the world is, right? It goes right over people's head. Like since I've been in crypto, I've been talking to people, and it's just like, there's a thing. So we do need to make it a little bit easier to get people involved. Shout out to Pablo Crow. One of my guys, I'll be on a stream later tonight. He said, I ain't scared, bro. Love Jake. Thank you so much for the $100 donation. Thank you for David for mentioning that. Thank you so much, man. And then my guy, Moses, fire stream. The Volt Army needs David's swag. Hashtag Volt. Thank you guys so much for the $100 donations and everybody else that donated here tonight. Incredible. Just incredible.
Yeah. I first of all, the community means everything to me. I love our community, period. I don't give a, and the horrible thing about, what's happened in our community is the sporting event, the sports teams, everybody's rocking a jersey. Guys, like whoever is listening to this stream, it's not about that. We don't need to be wearing jerseys. We're one. Like literally, we need to be one cohesive working unit in order for us to achieve what we want to achieve. This is a peaceful revolution. This is not going ahead and going out there and with pitchforks and overturning anything. This is about getting an opportunity, and we can do that together. We don't have to go ahead and fight amongst each other. We don't have to troll. And yes, the trolls at times are the loudest because they have nothing to do. Little Johnny sitting in his basement eating that Campbell's soup, going on his old ass Packard Bell and getting onto Twitter and trolling the shit out of you. That's just one person. And he's looking at you because you're doing something that he couldn't do. So at the end of the day, let's come together. Forget what your favorite token is. Understand that it is super important to get adoption out there so we can bring more people in here, so we can have more kumbaya sessions.
Yes, more kumbaya sessions. I want to ask you, because it's something, you know, we live on Twitter, right? You have an incredible Twitter brand. You're on there quite a bit, tweeting, things of that nature. How do you kind of handle the trolls and the people that come at you and say crazy things on Twitter? Because at the end of the day, if you have a Twitter account, you have a voice of some sort. You have a platform, right? And you can reach people. How do you handle the trolls that come at you on a day-to-day basis?
I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Like you have to have the mentality of like, you don't like care, because like as soon as you let them creep into your head, then like they're living rent free, and like you're not yourself and you're unable to operate, and you're here for a bigger cause, right? Jake, you're here for a bigger cause. I'm sure like you get people that like either slide into your DMs or they just follow you around and they harass you day by day by day. If you let that affect you, then you won't be as good as you are today. Yeah. And be able to go ahead and provide the content that you do for these people that are on the side here, just like cheering you on. So like, I actually, you know what? I actually feel bad for these people. I really do. Like you know, at first when you pop onto the scene, it's all new, so you don't know how to react. I'm from New York, so like nobody would ever come and scream in my face the way they do on Twitter. No. So like it's super news. But you sit back and like I really feel bad for these people. They're going through something. The pandemic hit. You know, people were locked up for 2 years inside of their homes. They needed to vent, and on social media, anybody can become a hero or a supervillain, and people choose. And you know what? I at times I just want to give them a hug and say, it's okay, bro. Like people come into my DMs, Jake, and I swear they'll be like, I fucking hate you. I hope you die. And I'm like, why? I love you, bro.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, you responded to me? And that's all it takes. All it takes is like conversation. And now some of my, I need more haters because some of my haters have turned into fans, so I need more haters.
We might be able to manufacture a few, maybe. We'll get into some crazy shit at the end of the stream, and we might be able to get a few. But I agree. I think I might be the West Coast David Gokhshtein because I have the same mindset, right? A lot of the stuff, though, I don't see it. I don't really spend too much time going through comments and all the DMs and stuff like that, so I don't see it. But when I do, I'm like, I understand, like, these people are probably going through hard times. Maybe they invested in a token that I talked about, and it went down. No fault of my own. I try to bring good content, but it's like the market can change, and everything's down, right? So maybe it's that reason, but I do try to pray for these people and hope that they get better. And one thing is like, look, if they saw me walking down the street and they came up and talked to me, they probably wouldn't say that. They'd probably say hi. And like, they're like, oh, that guy's a nice guy. Like, he's just, they're doing their best. So I think the internet's a crazy place, but I take the Joe Rogan approach, and it's like, try not to look at any of it, try not to read it, try not to see it all.
I'm going to just say that I went out to speak at NFT NYC.
Yeah.
Y'all have my location and y'all have my time. So if you wanted me to send location was sent. Like, that's all I have to say. So like, for the most part, like, yeah, it's just talk online, and that's all great. But you, like, if you're doing your thing, like, you're doing your thing, Jake, with all seriousness, like, you're doing your thing. I'm building an empire, and I will achieve it. Like, I will. I'm telling you right now, you ain't stopping me. It's done already. It's just when. It's when, not if, but when it actually falls into place. And that's coming soon. So like, for me, it's like, I need to stay focused. I need to go ahead and make sure that I'm a part of a team that delivers this. And at the end of the day, delivers the message that I want to deliver to the people.
I love that. And I like that mindset. That's, you have to see it in your head before it comes to reality. You have to believe it to achieve it. And it's something that's important. Shout out to Harold Jolly for the $100 donation. Great Steva also for a $20 donation. Thank you guys so much. And then also Flying Dutchman. We appreciate that. He said, just to make a point, we Volt Jake and Jake Volts the army. Don't sleep on Volt, David. You want utility? Bro, Volt will hold all the hands, and the beauty is that Voltoshi just started. Join the VC naked, no jersey. We're a different breed. Shout out to Flying Dutchman for a $50. Is that the euro? I think that looks like the euro donation. Thank you, Flying Dutchman. We appreciate that.
Shout out to him, man. Listen, y'all need to step up your game, man. You have a bunch of people that have stepped up and done $100 donations. He deserves it. This guy deserves it, man. I look, I appreciate the work that you put in. I see it from the sidelines, man. Like, I might not come out and, like, you know, give people their flowers, but I do watch, and there's no envy. There's no envy at all. Like, I appreciate anybody who's pushing and grinding away to go ahead and make sure that we have adoption in the space. Meme tokens, real tokens, these tokens, blockchain, it doesn't matter to me. As long as you're trying to do it the right way, God bless.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. And you've been a big mentor, whether you've seen it or not, right? Like I've seen your page and kind of how you carry yourself in the crypto space, and I've taken a few notes from that, right? And I've you've been a great brand representative in crypto, and I think a lot of people talk about that. Like, whenever David Goxchin gets brought up, people are like, oh, he's reputable, he does a good job, he's trying to push the message forward. I think that's all we can do, right? Is do our part. We all have these platforms, and like you said, some people talk about Bitcoin, some people talk about Ethereum, some people talk about Solana, and some people talk about the meme coins community tokens, right? But as long as we're trying to bring good education and trying to move that ball a little bit further, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
For sure. I appreciate that. Most people tell me, hey, you suck at tweeting, but I love listening to you when you're on video. And I'm like, all right, thanks. I'll go ahead and sign up for tweeting 101 on LinkedIn and try to get a certificate of achievement.
I think your tweets are pretty good, man. It's like, and one thing also, while we're giving each other's flowers, man, I think one thing that I really admired about you was when we had that, there was a school shooting in Uvalde, right? And you pretty much stopped your crypto content for a couple of days, and you're like, yo, this is a serious issue. And you were holding spaces, you were talking about it, like, and that was something that stood out to me. It's like, yes, we're crypto people, but we're also humans. And a lot of people were affected by that. And it's cool. You've built a platform over the past 12 years of crypto people, but it's like, you're also a human. And for you to kind of pause and take time to talk about that, right? Not only be business, but also be a human. Like, I noticed that. I was watching that from the silence, and I was like, that's very cool to see.
All right, we're chatting because this is what I do. I love chatting more than interviews, and I appreciate that. But like, crypto is everything to me because crypto has given me an opportunity to have a platform. Shout out to the entire community, because you guys in here and out there in social media world, y'all gave me the platform to go ahead and speak and have my voice heard. I don't consider. I hate the follower label. I wish it was more like circle or family, because like,
yeah,
I hate the word follower, because that in itself is already putting into people's heads like, you can't be leaders. No. Everybody's a leader. We're all on the same page. We're playing on the same team. I just might have a louder voice than you do. I mean, that's really it. I'm a loud motherfucker. That's it, with a bad potty mouth. But I don't cuss to go ahead and just, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I don't cuss to just get attention. I just want to go ahead and just say what I feel, and I guess people vibe with it. But when it comes to that, like, we need to really look into like what we're doing here in the United States of America. Keep the Second Amendment. Okay, that's fine, but let's do background checks. Let's do something to go ahead and make sure like this shit doesn't happen again. Like, we have veterans that are coming back from fighting wars and protecting our countries. The ones that are, mentally, stable, let's start pouring money in and giving them jobs, have them surround our schools. Let's see how tough these, so-called gangsters are, creeping across a school once they see a Marine standing out there ready to go ahead and take them out. So like, yeah. I'm big on that. And I'm big on like, let's start helping our own here in the United States of America. We help a lot of people. It's time to help our own here. Mental health is a huge issue. Let's start pouring money into mental health and start helping people here so they can get adjusted correctly. There are a lot of people that are scared to admit that they're going through something. Stop being shy about it. It is your life. You live once. Go get help and get on the right track. Don't be shy. And especially men, man, stop. There is a big thing in our society that men can't go ahead and say nothing. Say something. Somebody out there cares about you. Say something and go get help.
Exactly, man. Beautifully said. And mental health is at an all-time high, especially with the pandemics and the lockdown and the uncertainty. It had a huge impact on a lot of people. I'm sure it impacted you. I'm sure it impacted me. I think there needs to be more education on the healthy things, right? Like going outside, getting sunlight, working out, meditating, reading, like exercise is big. I know you're big on that as well. And recently at the UFC event, UFC London, I don't know if you watched or not, but Paddy Pimblett, he's a star. He won a fight and he got on the mic and he said, we need to stop the stigma of mental health in men. Like, men, speak up and say something, because one of his best friends just killed himself a couple days before his fight. And he's like, I would rather you cry on my shoulder than to get the call and have to go to your funeral. So I think it's very, very important. And look, I've had a therapist in the past, and it helped a lot just to talk, just to get the thoughts out of your head, get it out of your head, talk about it, and you feel a lot better. So yeah, yes, we are crypto people. We talk about crypto, but we're also humans, and there's big things. And like you said, we live in the greatest, I don't know if you said this, I believe this, we live in the greatest country in the world, and it's time to start taking back what is our country and start helping people here in our country.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Shout out to Patty. That was a great thing that he did that night, telling men,
Yes.
go seek help. Like, don't hold it in. Don't be shy about it. It's okay. Like, this stigma that's around, like, guys saying like, oh my God, I might have a chemical imbalance. It's okay. There are treatments, and you don't have to take pills either. There are treatments that can get you tested. For me personally, I take time out from this crypto stuff because you can't be on here 24/7.
Yeah.
You can't do it. But I take time out of my day to, I don't know what happened just now, but I take time out of my day. That was scary just now, but I take time out of my day to go work out at least an hour and a half, and then I come back here to go ahead and start tweeting, just random thoughts that come to my mind onto the Twitter space. By the way, everybody, hide your grandmothers, hide your spouses. Elon's coming for them. I'm telling you. Hold on, let me put on this light.
Yeah, no worries. That's a solid message then. I do the same too. It's like I always take time. I work out first thing in the morning, and then after that, it's like I actually take a lot of time off, like the weekends. I'll schedule some tweets or whatnot just to get out, because it's like you can't be so consumed with the chart. And that's the beautiful thing about crypto, but also the downside is like this shit is 24/7. There is no Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Like, it's like this is 24/7, and you log on crypto, and it's like you see some toxic shit. It's like, I think that the crypto space and the Twitter space leads to a lot of the toxicity and negativity. And hopefully, even this stream today, hopefully this is leaving a positive impact. Now, we'll take it back to crypto, and more importantly, NFTs. You mentioned that you were at NFT New York City. Obviously, you're the owner of Bored Ape Yacht Club 331334. I don't memorize that. I have it here on your Twitter page. What are your thoughts on NFTs long term, man? Is this something that you're bullish on? And actually, let's start with the adoption. Is this, when you first saw NFTs, were you an early adopter, or did you kind of wait a little bit on the sidelines and then decide to get in?
So I was introduced to NFTs in 2017. Shout out to 𝗪𝗧 and shout out to Ken Bozak, two guys who went ahead and one worked for me, which was 𝗪𝗧. He was into crypto art, and I was like, yo, this thing is never gonna work. So, by the way, guys, be open-minded to everything. Like, I come from an era where you're not allowed to be open-minded. It's just strictly Bitcoin and nothing else kind of thing. And then when I became, when I came to my senses and said, you know what, there's Bitcoin, it's fixing the monetary system. I can be open-minded to the tech that's being built around it. I started looking, again, Ken started telling me like, NFTs, game changer, game changer, game changer. It's like, stop it. But then I started, again, I dove deeper a few months later. And then I really got into it during the pandemic. I was like, okay. I started buying every single NFT that was coming out. I was aping into everything. Like,
nice.
FOMO, like that was me. By the way, stop asking me to go into your project, because usually if I go into your project, it goes down. So like, don't.
You got the Steve Aoki curse?
I think I do.
He buys the top.
No, not as bad. Not as bad.
Okay, yeah, he's bad.
That's next level shit. But
yeah.
I got into Bored Apes, but I should have gotten into Bored Apes earlier, because Pranksy went ahead and told me about it, and the Bored Ape was like 0.9 maybe, like, and I was like, but I don't regret anything, because I'm a person that will get into something. Like, if something is $1, I'll get into it at $4, because I want to feel comfortable when I hit the enter button to buy something. I don't listen to Crypto Elmo. I don't listen to Oscar the Grouch. I don't care for anybody, with no disrespect, who's yapping away on crypto Twitter. I'm going to do my research because I want to be responsible for buying whatever I am buying. Period, said and done. There is nobody else to blame for it except me. You see a lot of people start blaming others for their losses. No, dude, you went ahead and pressed buy. It is on you and only you, and you should have done your research, okay? Because there's a lot of people out here that yap about it every single day, including me, for you to go ahead and do your own diligence and not rely on people with blue check marks, including myself. You're the last person you want is to follow me, man. I'll give you educational material, but financial advice, don't seek it here, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a lot of people do look to that. And I actually was getting shilled Bored Ape Yacht Club around 0.08 ETH, like the day after it minted. And I was sitting there, David, and I go, I'm not paying $600 for a monkey picture. Are you kidding me? That's what I was saying at that time, bro. So the Bored Ape Yacht Club one, it hurts a little bit, but it actually it's taught me a lot of valuable lessons. And here's the thing: you can't win them all, right? So I never held the Bored Ape Yacht Club thing and was like, oh, I'm never going to buy an NFT again or anything. I've won on a lot of NFTs. I got 2 mutant apes. I got a couple other deeds. I got the ape coin airdrop. Like, because I didn't have that closed mind of, I didn't get a Bored Ape Yacht Club at 0.08. I'm not going to get in. Like, I got mutant apes early. I did well, right? And I've won a lot on crypto. So it's like, you're not going to win them all, but just be a little bit more open-minded. You know, when that guy shows you the Bored Ape Yacht Club at 0.08, you'll probably say next time, hey, let's take a look at that. I'm still looking at them right now. I'm gonna join the Bored Ape Yacht Club family. It's a pretty elite group. I'm gonna get in there. I like a few of them right now. I'm waiting for the floor to drop a little bit more, probably in that 75, 80 ETH range to get one. What do you think on that? Do you think it's still a good buy? Are you still holding your Bored Ape Yacht Club?
I'm still holding, and for me personally, there are NFTs out there that I buy from an artistic standpoint. That's where I look at NFTs. There are a lot of really dope artists out here that need to be put on a pedestal. I don't know why we don't put more artists on a pedestal that create really dope art, whether it's, photos or them just doing art pieces, like either or. Like, they need to be put on a pedestal. The 10,000 PFPs, I think, like, we need to relax with aping into them, because half of this shit is coming from Fiverr and it's all the same repetitive garbage. Bored Ape Club, I have a Bored Ape because I have Goxchin Media, and you know what? That Bored Ape allows my company to go and participate at events that I would not be able to connect with. Like Mark Cuban, right? If you want to meet Mark Cuban, you want to meet the Kevin O'Learys, you want to meet Gary Vaynerchuk, like all these people that you want to go ahead and hang out with. Well, what if they're at an event that is being thrown by Yuga Labs, and the only way you can get in is by having a Bored Ape or a mutant ape? Like, you get in and you're socializing with these people, there is a chance that you can go ahead and do something phenomenal for your company. So, like,
yep.
That's why I'm in. I'm all in when it comes to that. Like, period, said and done. Like, I'm not selling. Like that.
Yeah.
It can go to 5, but as long as people are like, yo, chill, don't go to 5. But like, on the real tip, it can go to 5. But as long as we can have these networking events, I'm in. I am totally in.
Yeah, and what they're building is going to be long term, right? It's like you're finding an incredible project. What they've done is mind blowing, and what they're going to do with their game, with their metaverse, other side that's coming out, game over. Like, it's going to be mind blowing. So even when the mutants hit, 100, I think it was like 105,000 for the floor back before the ApeCoin airdrop, I'm not selling these. I'm holding these long term, and I'm actually going to be buying more here. Like I said, I'm going to be joining the Bored Ape Yacht Club community here pretty soon. Just waiting to snipe the right one, But that's tough. That's the tough one right there, David, where it's like, I missed that 0.08 and I'm going to buy it for 75 ETH. Like, that's a little bit tough, but sometimes you got to get in, because when it hits 1,000 ETH, we're going to be sitting back smiling and say, Jake, 75 was a great buy.
What's the right one, right? Like, Justin Bieber bought one that people said, oh my God, he bought like one for 1.5. Well, I'll use because I don't know exactly what ETH he put in, but it was $1.5 million.
500 ETH.
Yeah, he bought one at the floor. I'm like, well, yo, I mean, for him, maybe he just like connected with the one that hit him, or he was doing a project that literally, like, that ape fit the project. Like, you don't know. Like, at the end of the day, though, like, these things allow you to go ahead and network with people that you would not be able to network with would not be able to attend an 8Fest party. Like I had the CMO of my company along with the COO go out and have a good ass time at 8Fest. By the way, my CMO is dangerous because she apparently this is rumors. You know, she went ahead and gave 2 people black eyes accidentally. What? She's trying to get she's trying to get out of the crowd. That's all. There was a lot of people though there for Eminem and Snoop Dogg though. A lot of people there for Eminem and Snoop Dogg. But
that's wild.
Honestly, I would have went if it wasn't for like monkeypox and COVID being airdropped all over the place.
Yeah, you gotta be safe with that.
There was a COVID airdrop that was going on during NFT NYC. So
did you claim it or no?
No, I definitely did not claim it.
Free airdrop though?
It's a free airdrop of COVID.
Oh shit! You can't miss out on a free airdrop.
I hope they don't take this thing down. I swear to God, I'm just out. I'm all jokes.
Whole stream, no. But yeah, I've been scrolling through. It's like the only ones I like are over 100 ETH, so I'm gonna keep waiting. I found one the other day. I should have sniped it. I'm gonna be getting one here, but I found one the other day that I really liked. It had like the pirate shirt. It was great. But I have 2 mutants, and soon I will be joining the club. But we're about almost at that hour mark. Was there anything else that you wanted to cover here? The community showed up tonight. We had a great community in here, active the whole time, guys. Let's open it up maybe for some questions. We have a couple minutes left. Let's open up for some questions, guys. Ask some questions here for myself or David. Anything that you want to ask, we'll put up maybe 3 or 4 questions. And if you see some that come through the chat that you want me to pull up, just shout out the name and we'll put it up on the board here.
Yo, this guy homie said she cap. Nah, she ain't cap, son. I'm telling you right now, the CMO will go ahead and lay you out. Like no joke.
Homie clicks. Who's the CMO?
It is Michelle. She's up on the website. Yeah, nice. I wouldn't F with her at all. I'm scared of her. Like I'm just scared of it. I ain't saying shit to her. Yo, yes, ma'am. That's what I'm saying. 2 words.
Yes, Michelle.
Yes, Michelle.
This is a good question here from Volted Vinny from Venice. A lot of V's here, David. Volted Vinny from Venice says, is Bitcoin or has Bitcoin hit the bottom yet, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think so. And look, okay, I say yes, right? But let's say if it hasn't. Let's say hypothetically it hasn't. Then you have an opportunity to go ahead and get it at, what are the ridiculous numbers that they're throwing out? 10, 5, 4?
Richard's throwing out 10.
Yeah, 10? Okay. Ask yourself how these people are getting these numbers. Like nobody can, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody will call the bottom and nobody will call the top. Period. That is a fact. Nobody, and if it does happen, it's all accidental. It happened accidentally. So the best way to look at the market, honestly, is DCA. I will tell you, dollar cost average, you will not lose hair, you will not have your hair go gray, and you will be able to sleep at night. That's the way I do it. Not financial advice. If you need financial advice, go get yourself a financial advisor.
Yep. We don't provide any on that channel. Shout out to Dean Crypto Stacker. He's a great stream running with the Bulls. We appreciate Dean over here. Good question from Richard's Crypto. He's a fellow YouTuber content creator. He said, how do you apply for Goxchin Media for educational YouTube content?
GokhshteinMedia.com/jobs.
There you go. Richard's Crypto. GokhshteinMedia.com/jobs. Ronald Landon said, David, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, but it's Goxchin Media. It's all on Goxchin Media. They don't allow me to have my own channel. I'm too. That's why the show's called Unfiltered. I have Goxchin Unfiltered, which is my podcast. Yep. I just say whatever's on my mind, and obviously Jake's a lot. Look, Jake's interviewing me. He has this. I'm asked those questions that people are gonna have to answer, and if they can't answer them, off the cliff, no parachute.
Well, we like that. That's probably better. You keep it real on your channel, especially with you have founders of tokens. You had Richard Hart on. You have a lot of important people on, so you keep it 100% real. Rob T, David, and let's not say 2 years. Let's just say at the peak of the next cycle, right? At the peak of the next cycle, I'm going to change your question if that's okay, Rob T. Where do you see ETH at the peak of the next cycle?
I see ETH at ETH is definitely if our current market conditions, I want to say this in a way where people don't kill me. Okay, if the economy wasn't suffering, if we weren't in this current economic situation, Ethereum would have been over $10,000. No doubt about it.
Love it.
So I believe, I am firm on this. I believe Ethereum goes past $10,000 easy on the next run, because I believe Bitcoin will be over 100 grand.
Let's go. I like that as well. And a lot of people saying, David, what do you know about Dragons and Sailors, Volta Dragon Sailor Club? Jake, can you show David the VDSC? So we'll show you a few of them right here. It's the NFTs from Volt Inu. So I'll show you them. First take. What are your thoughts on these NFTs? First reaction.
It's in Paris.
There's a lot of different backgrounds, but this one does appear to be in Paris.
Honesty or the PR play?
Honesty, 100%.
I don't fucking know what this is. It looks like a fucking clown.
This one is a clown.
It looks like it would scare the shit out of me. Like, okay, like I don't know. It looks really fucking. It looks done. I mean, I don't know. Are y'all gonna get mad at me for being honest?
No, they love it, dude. They love it.
I think that they look okay. Yeah, they look okay. I like this real hair thing going on. Like, it really looks. I'm trying to be so nice. Jake, you notice Jake's mother's on here, and she said you could stay at our house anytime. And I'm like, how am I gonna be an asshole right now? Like, people are showing me.
Look at it. Come to Florida anytime as my guest.
Yeah,
Thank you for an entertaining evening.
I'd buy one just to go ahead and just say what's up, what's up, community. I'm gonna dive in.
Say less, because they mint this month, and I'm gonna buy you a VDSC on the house. I'm gonna get a dope one that looks like you, maybe something that's like New York style, and we're gonna gift you one, and hopefully it does, turn in from a free mint into a couple ETH, 5 ETH, 10 ETH, 15 ETH. It's a strong community behind it, and you understand that kind of what makes the Bored API Club community so strong is the community, right?
Sure.
So it was we put you on the spot with there. People said show them the NFTs, so we showed them it. And look, people are saying we appreciate the honesty. We love the honesty. I think it's just one of those things you have to do your research, keep it real. So people like that.
Listen, the Bored Apes look like shit too. Like, I
yeah.
mean, but it's just the community vibe and the networking aspect, which attracts me. I mean, there's if you look at the NFT space, there's art that's out there that is ridiculous. Like, it is ridiculous. I probably vibe more with the goblins than I do with the Bored Apes, to be honest with you.
The goblins.
I'm a serious investor. Like, I mean, like, pee on the floor. Like, I thought I was going to be attacked by a bunch of goblins in New York City when I went out there to speak, and I thought maybe, just maybe, Miller, who's like this famous goblin, who is like, he's turned himself into a real life goblin, would pee on me.
That's insane. Yeah,
do an R. Kelly on me.
Yeah, the goblin community is wild. They're all wild, man. All these communities and cliques, and we talked about not having the sports teams, but it's like, I try not to. I invest in a lot of tokens. I talk about a lot of tokens, but it's easy to get in that clique when you are invested in a token. You make money. So who knows if that will ever end? And my final question of the night, because I know it's getting late over there, and I'm actually going to be joining Pablo Crow on his show in about 5 minutes. My final question of the night, David, what is your all-time high Bitcoin price prediction? Where do you think it can possibly go? Let's just say the next 10, 15, 20. I don't have a time limit. Where do you think one Bitcoin could equal in the future?
Well, it's all mathematical, right? If you take the current percent, and then, like, if you do 10 years, and let's say 35% of the people will actually get into cryptocurrency, because right now we're probably at 7 to 8% adoption, then it's all mathematics, and math don't lie. Numbers don't lie. People do. So it's kind of like, yeah, it could hit 700,000 to $1 million per coin, like, easily. If you just take the numbers, and you just play with mathematics, you get that number. So yeah, I see it. I'm conservative, though. I'm a conservative lad, so I'll say that it's 350 would be 350 to 500 would be it for me. But yeah, as they say in the Bitcoin maxi community, one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, right?
It is. One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. I'll answer that question as well. And I think in my lifetime, 27, feel like I'm going to live to 98 or over 100. We're going to see $1 million+ Bitcoin in my lifetime. $1 million+ Bitcoin.
I agree with you. It's just that I want to be conservative because there's some knucklehead in here that's like, oh my God, I'm going in with my life savings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
by the way, my CMO update, my CMO who told me to take off my glasses earlier, she's Hayden. She said she hit only one guy with her elbow, and that's because he refused to move because she really needed to use the ladies' room.
One black eye. So only one black eye in New York. So it's less than 2. But look, if a lady's got to pee, she's got to pee, and you got to get out the way. Like I learned that. I learned that in my household. So that's important there. Well, yeah, you gotta hit it with the stick. But guys, that was the stream. David Gokhshtein, first time on the Jake Gagnon Show, a phenomenal stream, an hour with David. Guys, in the comments, can we all say thank you to David for taking time out of his busy day? Say thank you to David. That was a phenomenal stream. Hopefully, we are able to do it again. But David, what is your final message to the people that tuned in tonight?
Be good to each other. Honestly, be good to each other. Don't be assholes. We have enough assholes running around. Like, this is a beautiful community. Take advantage of knowing that you are super early, no matter what anybody says. Do your research. It's not that hard. If you have time to spend, your life on playing some Clash of Clans games that you downloaded from the App Store and Fortnite, you have time to go ahead and study up on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything else in the space to go ahead and put yourselves in the right position for the next bull run. That's really it.
A beautiful message right there, man. It was a pleasure, man. It was good connecting with you. Good finally seeing your face, talking to you instead of just doing the DMs on Twitter and messages. So it was a great stream. Hopefully we provided some educational content, provided some information, shared our thoughts, our insights on the crypto space, and hopefully we do it again. So thank you so much for tuning in. To everybody that tuned in, thank you guys. You guys truly made this stream special. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the comments, all the love. I will be live on Pablo Crow's stream in about 10 minutes, so make sure to join over there. That was the Jake Gagnon Show with David Gokhshtein and Jake Gagnon on this beautiful night in July 2022. We will see you guys tomorrow night at 5 p.m. for another episode. Until then, be good, be safe, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace out, everybody.